Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda, or also known as Cozyaholic, and for today's video we're going to be doing something entirely different. We're pushing the Christmas content aside for a little bit and we're actually going to be talking about something that has been highly requested on my channel for a while now, and I just never got the chance to really bring it up on my channel. And I think right now, because we're about to go into 2022, I think it's the perfect time to really talk about channel growth and for anyone that really is looking to start their YouTube channel for the next year. So if you are interested in doing that, then just keep on watching. So anyways, for today's video, we are going to be talking all about YouTube channel growth. This is going to be a video mainly for people that haven't started their channel yet. Basically how you get paid on YouTube, how you can get started, and then also some channel growth tips on how to kind of just become more proficient in the YouTube space. And then at the end of this video, I am going to be sharing what I made for 2021. I'm going to be super transparent with you guys. We're actually going to go into my analytics and I'm going to show you exactly to the dollar amount, to the cent, of how much I made this year and how I accomplished that. We're going to go ahead and get started with some notes here that I have written down. I want to keep this conversation super casual, kind of just like talking to a friend, and give you guys, pointers on how to get started. So first off, I want to talk about pretty much how you get paid and how to get started on getting paid on YouTube. So of course, you want to create your channel. You can either decide whether if you want it to be your name or if you want to have a channel name. Of course, mine is Cozyaholic. That took me a while to figure out. I honestly can't remember exactly how I came up with my username, but it's just something that really spoke to me and it's stuck with ever since. I definitely have had different stages in my YouTube channel where I had other names. I believe one was Hotline Bree, My Life as Brenda. There were so many, and I feel like just Cozyaholic really spoke to me and I've loved it ever since I just came up with it. So find that name that you want to do for your channel, of course, if you don't have one already. And then basically what you have to do after that is you have to meet the YouTube creator requirements in order to monetize your channel. So what that means is you have to reach 4,000 watch time hours and have 1,000 subscribers. And I know that this actually wasn't a thing maybe 3 or 4 years ago. They just implemented this requirement for all new YouTubers, and it's a huge challenge, to be quite honest. This is something where you have to decide whether you want to be committed to this or not. And let me tell you guys, if you're able to get through that very challenging requirement, then you can do anything. I promise you that. It's very hard in the beginning, I'm gonna tell you that. It is hard to get those 4,000 watch time hours. I feel like 1,000 subscribers is definitely doable, but the watch time is hard. It really is. And it's just it's a dreadful time because you're constantly refreshing your metrics, trying to see if you've reached that or not. And I don't know, it's just I did not enjoy that time in my life. But it's just something that has to be done, unfortunately. So anyways, once you reach that, it's pretty much just submitting your channel for review, and you're pretty much ready to monetize your channel. So in terms of reaching that requirement, I'd probably say just try and make your videos a little bit longer. That way people have more time to watch that video, and basically you're gonna rack up more watch time hours quickly because your videos are much longer. So try to make them as long as you can, but also keep in mind that you want to keep them interesting and not to the point where people are just gonna hop off your video regardless, and it's just not gonna help you at all. So once you've passed that initial requirement with YouTube, then you submit your channel for review, and it usually takes about maybe 2 to 3 days to get approved. And then they'll ask for your mailing address. I can't remember the exact process, but you'll submit all your information, your bank info, and then they'll actually submit or they'll transfer maybe 10 cents or $1 or a certain dollar amount into your bank, and then you go and check that. You remember that dollar amount, and then you submit that in Google AdSense. That way you can verify your bank account and connect both together. And that's the way that you're gonna get paid. They're gonna be depositing that money into your bank. Anyways, so basically once you've been approved, you'll get this little paper in the mail, and I believe it's another verification process for your Google AdSense. That definitely is not a paycheck, although it does look like it is one, and that's what everyone uses for their thumbnail, and I probably did the same for this video, but it's actually not a paycheck. It's just like some additional verification to get approved. But yeah, so that's when you know you've made it. You're like, okay, I'm done with the requirements, what now? So now you can monetize your channel, which means you can turn on that green little like money sign, and it means that your videos are ready to make money. Basically what YouTube is going to do is they're going to be inserting ads at the beginning, middle, and at the end of your videos. So you're actually able to control how many ads you want to serve, but that is like the minimum threshold, and it's just basically just your video serving ads. It's as simple as that. That is monetizing your channel. You don't have to do anything. You just turn on that monetization little like toggle and you're good to go to make money. So in terms of like how you get paid and how YouTube determines that is by CPM and RPM, which basically means by 1,000 views. So it varies day by day on how much you're actually making, but it can range from $4 to about like $8 per 1,000 views. And don't worry if you're only getting like a couple hundred views on your videos, as long as you're posting consistently, all of that's gonna start accumulating and eventually you'll get your first paycheck. So don't worry, I know it's really hard, you just gotta be patient, and I know that you're gonna get that first paycheck eventually. So just stay motivated, stay committed, and it'll happen, I promise you. But anyway, so basically it's determined by 1,000 views, and I'm not sure exactly how they determine day by day how much it's gonna be. I'd probably have to look into it further, but it varies from $4 to $8 from what I've seen on my channel. You can go up to like $15, but I don't know of any channel that's ever accomplish that. Maybe like people in the millions of subscribers, but who knows, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So moving along to some tips to help you grow your channel, and I think these are super important for anyone that's a beginner and even for anyone that has an existing channel and you just haven't really like put the time into it. So I think my main thing is branding, or just the way that you present yourself towards new viewers. I think that's just super important. I see a lot of people or other YouTubers bringing up niche as the first thing, and although that is important, I would say that that is not my most important thing for me. That's just my opinion. I think branding is the most important because like many other companies, like huge companies like Target, Walmart, Google, you recognize them by their logos, by their colors, by the sounds they use, just like they're recognizable and they're familiar to anyone. Even if you were to just see like the bullseye logo, like the Target logo, then you would immediately be like, that's Target. And if you see the little like little star thing, I don't know what it is, but immediately be like, that's Walmart. And that's kind of the way that you want to approach your channel, is you want to create the colors and the vibe and the aesthetic that you want, and make sure to keep it that way always so that people recognize who you are. And also any new viewers that come onto your channel, they're like, ooh, I really like her aesthetics, I'm gonna subscribe. So first impressions are very, very important, and you want to make sure that that first impression is like your main priority when you're first starting your channel. You want people to be like, girl, you deserve way more subscribers than you have right now. Like, that's what you want. So branding is very, very important. So in order to have really good branding is to just figure out the colors that you want to use, make sure that you have a consistent thumbnail on your channel, and keep everything consistent. Don't change it too often. Make sure that your channel banner is something that you like. Spend a couple hours working on it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure that it's something that you're not going to want to change your mind on like the next day. Basically just sit there for a couple hours, a couple days, create your thumbnail template, create your profile picture. Make sure that your profile picture also stays very consistent. Don't change it all the time like you would change it on your Facebook profile. So just make sure you pick a really good picture that you like of yourself and keep it that way. And then now I want to hop onto some apps that keep me motivated, and the first one is Trello. It is so important. I love this app. It keeps me insanely organized, and it's the best app that I have found. I know there's a lot of YouTube creators that use the Notes app on iPhone, and honestly, I used to use that, but it's just not the best, or maybe I just don't know how to use it properly. I just honestly don't like it. It's just not, it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing to me. I don't enjoy it. So I found Trello to be super user-friendly and just aesthetically pleasing, and I just love the way it looks. So I'm actually gonna screen record right now to show you guys what the Trello board looks like. So this is my home screen of my phone, and we're gonna go to Trello right now. And as you can see here, this is like my workspace and I have everything here. So in the first like tab here, it's links, descriptions, etc. So I just have a ton of different things. So like my Amazon affiliate links, my YouTube description, and this one I constantly update with like new things. And then I have, you know, I have no idea why this is here, but that's there somehow. And then the next one is YouTube Growth 2022. So this is where I'm gonna have like all of my pretty much like YouTube growth videos. I want to keep it separate from my video ideas because it's like an entire series, but this is where I have this, and actually this is the video that we're filming right now. So that's what we have here. And then of course I have all my video ideas. I constantly go in here and add more as they come and pop into my head. And then just like a ton, I don't have like dates for these just because like I don't like having dates. I just like to kind of go in my own creative direction, whatever I'm in the mood for. I'll go in here and be like, okay, what should I film next? And just kind of scroll through here and see what I'm feeling. I'd never want to do a forced video and make it ingenuine. Like I want to make sure that I'm actually in the mood for it. So I just write down video ideas. I don't actually have dates, and it's worked for me so far. And then the next one is in progress, and basically here's anything that I'm currently filming. All right, and then as you can see here, since this one's the video that I'm currently working on, I'm literally going to click on this and I'm gonna drop it over in progress, and now it's a video that's in progress. So that's the reason why I love Trello so much. It's just like a drag and drop feature, and just like everything about it is just so nice. And then here you can see all of my published videos. That way I just kind of keep myself motivated, like, wow, I've done all of these videos, I gotta keep going. It really keeps me motivated. So I hope that you guys download this app. It's actually free for your phone, for your laptop, and also for a tablet. I actually have it on all three of them for your first workspace. If you want to create any more additional ones, then I think you have to pay, but there's literally no need for you to have a second one. Like you can fit everything in this one workspace. But yeah, so that's pretty much all of the apps that I use, and I hope that some of these tips were helpful for you guys. I don't want to go too in depth just because I don't want to make this video super long, and I do want to hop onto like how much money I made for this year. So if you guys have any questions at all for any of my next videos, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll definitely make sure to include those in my next video. But right now we're gonna hop into what I made. I'm sure all of you guys are curious. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my analytics here on the YouTube Studio app. And as you can tell, this is for the last 28 days, lots of fluctuation. I feel like for the month of December, it's definitely died down a lot. And I think a lot of that just partakes into like people just having an exhausted mind, just like the holidays are exhausting, Christmas is exhausting, and I think people are just kind of over it. So I generally expected this to happen, but hopefully for January, February, this is gonna kick back up. I'm very excited to see what happens, or maybe it won't, who knows. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go into our revenue here and show you guys what I made. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this. I'm sure you guys are very curious. So as you can see here, my estimated revenue has decreased by 65% for the month of December, which is crazy, but it's fine. It's better than nothing, right? And I do want to let you guys know, a disclaimer, that this video is not intended for me to brag about anything. It's more so to motivate you guys and show you that you can accomplish this as well. And I hope that me being transparent with you guys will allow you to give you an idea and a perspective of what it's like to be a YouTube creator, and of course to show you guys how you can do this as well. So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. It's a little disclaimer. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not showing this off. It's nothing to show off. It's more so being transparent with you guys. And I'm sure everyone is curious. I used to be that person where I'm like, I wonder how much that person is making. So yeah, anyways, moving along. So as you can see here, my monthly estimated revenue has changed a lot. So my first YouTube paycheck was in August. I had made money in July, but it didn't meet the $100 threshold. So you have to at least make $100 in a month in order to get paid out. And for July, I only made $58.51. So that basically just jumped over into August. And I think it it doesn't reflect that on here in this, on these metrics, but I think it ended up just being a little bit more than 663. But for August, I made $663.18, which is just crazy. Like, I was losing it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, like, that's just insane. That's so much money. Like, I never ever thought that I'd be making money off of YouTube. And that was just such an exciting moment for me, truly. So for August, that's what happened. And then September came around and I made $21.0820. And that's just like, that's so mind-blowing. During this time, my channel did have like a little bit of an explosive growth. A lot of my videos started getting tons and tons of views, and I think that's the reason why September had such high revenue. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of all reflects in that way in how much money you can make depending on the views. So like, the more videos you put out, the more chances you have of blowing a video up and making this much money. So just stay consistent. I'm telling you, just stay motivated. Don't give up. I know it's hard. It really is. I'm telling you, I've been on YouTube since 2014. I've been putting out videos, and just finally I'm starting to get some traction. So it takes dedication and a lot of persistence. So anyways, moving on to October. For October, I made $1,300. And then I think the reason why October was also so low is because a lot of people aren't really into Halloween. So I think just I was getting very, very little views when people are more into fall than Halloween. But like I said, I love posting whatever it is that I like. I don't really care about like what's trending, although I do care a little bit. I also like posting videos that I love to do. So Halloween was definitely a priority for me in October. And as you can see, it didn't make me as much money, but that's fine. I loved what I did then, and I don't take it back. I don't regret it at all. So yeah. And then for November, basically all of my Christmas content started blowing up because that's when I started posting that. And I made $2,200 as well, so a little bit over what September made. And as you can tell, December is still ongoing. We're almost at the end of the month, but we're sitting at about $623, which is very, very low, but it's something better than nothing. And honestly, I'm totally fine with it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I made. And then if I click into this right here, you can actually see what I made in total for the last, I can say the last 365 days, because I wasn't making anything during like all of like December through August. But as you can see, I made a total of $7,120.77. So that's pretty much what I made, almost $7,200. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. From August to December, and December isn't even finalized yet. So that's just mind-blowing to me, and I'm so grateful. I really am. And then moving on to kind of giving you guys an idea of like how much you get paid per 1,000 views. So as you can see here, RPM is basically like what we make, what you're actually going to be making. So for me, it's $7.90, and then playback-based CPM is basically the total of everything before YouTube takes their cut. So in actual, it's $14.57, which is a ton. If YouTube were to take their 60% cut, then for example, in November, instead of making $2,200, I probably would have made more like $4,000, which is almost like replacing my entire salary, which is crazy. Yeah, it's just like, it's nuts to me. But because YouTube unfortunately likes to take their money, we only make almost like a little bit less than half of that. So that's pretty much what I'm sitting at. It's honestly crazy. My metrics just like fluctuate a lot, but I'm motivated. I want to get better. I want to improve. So it's just like, it's just fun seeing this. It's like a game almost, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to plan all these videos out. I'm gonna see which one's gonna blow up, and we're gonna see how that like affects my channel. And it's just fun to me. Like, don't ever let it stress you out. Of course, you want to like make sure that you're consistently criticizing your channel. You're like, okay, how can I make this better? But also don't stress yourself out and get angry at like, okay, this isn't working. I'm putting all this effort into it and I'm not getting anything out of it. I feel like when you do that, it really like just affects the way that you're seen to other people. And what's funny is the videos that have blown up on my channel were the ones that I didn't try as much. It's absolutely crazy to me. It's mind-blowing. I don't know why, but last year I made like a fall nighttime routine. That one, I was so exhausted. I didn't even try, you guys. Like, I literally just set the camera and whatever the heck I was doing. And that video blew up. And I was like, how did that even happen? Like, I literally didn't even try. Well, there's been other videos where I've literally tried my hardest and they got barely any views. So like I said, just have fun with it. Don't stress out too much. And anyways, like I said, if you guys do have any questions that you want me to include in my next video, because I do want to continue this series, then make sure to leave them down in the comments below. But yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one.